Hey guys, welcome in. Well, you can't be chewing on that, little one. Oh no, now you're gonna grab my microphone. So this is Bike. My son named him. We have 6 little ones running around. 3 little orange and 3 little tabbies. There you go. So, hi guys, my name is Angel and I will be pulling a spread for us today to get a feel for the energy and what's going on. Just what's going on in your energy, what's going on in the energy in general. Some messages to help you. The intention is for, if you click on this video, you're aligned to the message. So welcome in. Okay, fine. Let's get the dice, the Astro dice, and see what wants to come out. Sagittarius, North Node, 5th house. Lots of fire. 5th house of Leo, creativity, love affairs, romance. Oh my. I'm telling you, these readings, whether you're listening to other readers, you're pulling cards yourself, there's love in the air. There's love in the air. For some people, this is going to be a romantic partner because you've already went through all the tests and trials leading up to that point. The rest of you, you're coming into union with yourself, which will eventually lead to a romantic partner if that's something that you're interested in or that you feel a divine connection with. If you've gotten downloads and messages and dreams, anything to do with twin flame, then that is the journey that you're on. I don't want to go into that because a lot of people have different opinions because you're supposed to. It's supposed to mean different things to different people. I know at the beginning of my, I guess, twin flame, I haven't met anybody to be my partner that I know of, but I do know all the signs and what was coming in, the things I was noticing, that's how our higher perspective, the higher dimensions, things will pull our attention. And all of those attention pullers end up adding up to a pattern. They end up adding up to a message that is being sent to you. And when I started getting these, for me, it was more a twin flame union with my parallel self, with my higher self, with the 2 versions of me, the 5D, the 3D coming into form 1. It was union with spirit is what I can describe it as, like a marriage, because I decided to marry myself. And then by doing so, I opened up a whole can of worms I didn't even know existed. So when we put ourselves first, when we really care and love who we are and take care of us, it's putting us in a position to have that equally yoked relationship. So with the 5th house and the North Node, I feel like this is something you're destined for. You could have felt this for a very long time. Like, you are so loving. You're so open to being loved. There's been a lot of sabotage, probably on your part, from things that needed to be healed, but that's part of the process. It's needed. It needs to happen. It's not a mistake or, oh my God, I sabotaged this and I ruined it. No, that sabotage was there so that you could become aware of something. Because Sagittarius higher learning, it's like better knowledge. It's like, what is it? It's like you want to do this right. Your soul wants to do something right. So it's like going through a bunch of circumstances, meeting individuals, possibly romance, potential romantic partners, but they were just catalysts. They were there so you could see what you needed to work on, what you could notice was flaring up, things that got on your nerves, triggers basically, so that you don't sabotage an amazing relationship when it comes in. You guys are so cute. The little kitties on my meditation pillow, like just sitting there. Third wave of ascension, 42. The third wave of children are the hope of the world. You could resonate with being part of the third wave ascension, or you have a child and you know that they are part of the third wave ascension. And it's crazy because with the first wave, the second wave, the third wave, I also have Dolores Cannon coming through. Maybe that's something you're looking into, learning trance and subconscious reprogramming, past lives, confirmation. I feel like a relationship that you're going to end up having, whether it's romantic or not, because we can love. Like, I met a couple of mothers at the river, and having conversations with them, I was like, I loved the way I felt when I was around them. I loved the conversation we were having. It felt like we were like deep spiritual, like sisters or something. So love can come in many forms. Let's not just create this box that it has to be the way that we think it's going to be, because love comes in many, many forms. Sorry and 5 doors. Okay, that's all I'm going to take from this deck. Is there someone you need to apologize to? So I want to be very clear about this. You can go in the spiritual realm. You can go within yourself and forgive others and also apologize to others. You do not have to actually talk to them. Now, if that's something that you're being called to do, then you're being called to do it for a reason. Because, and it's not having any expectations, not expecting them to reciprocate or even accept your apology. That's the thing with apologies. It has to be genuine. It has to be something you feel like, it doesn't matter even if they cuss at me, I'm still going to apologize. Then that's coming from a very unconditionally loving place. Now, if we're doing it to satisfy or we feel obligated that we have to, it's not genuine and you should not be doing it. Now, I haven't read this 5 doors yet. Right now, I'm focused on this sorry. Somebody could be coming in to apologize to you, and you might be asked just to be present. It's not like you're accepting and you're taking them back. Allow them to say sorry. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you probably already internally forgiven this person. And if you haven't, you're being asked to, because maybe this is something that needs to be cleared out before this relationship comes in. 5 doors. Doors of opportunity are opening for you now. Walk through them. Okay. You have doors opening, obviously. It's what the card just said. I feel like you're going to actually, it's like you've been getting messages about this for a very long time. And when you realize something, or maybe something that you didn't even realize you did, and you might have hurt somebody unintentionally, but just taking that moment to like, oh, wow, I'm aware of how I affected that person in that situation. Even though you were going through your own stuff, it's completely valid. It's about being aware of the projections and how we manage that energy when we're going through it, when we're around other people. Vice versa, flip it where it needs to go. Maybe this wasn't you, maybe this was somebody else. They were going through a very difficult time and they projected it onto you. Again, forgiveness, a lot of forgiveness, forgiving yourself for not knowing. This is a learning school. It's a constant theme, is forgiving ourselves, learning that we didn't know something. It's natural. It's like breathing. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Like, we have to be very comfortable and vulnerable with being proven wrong, because what I've realized is there is your truth. There is your truth in that moment, at that point in time. Because my truth now doesn't resonate for some other people, because my truth has evolved so far. They don't have the context to understand why I'm over here. It's like comparing a first grader and a sixth grader. there's no reason to be comparing. One has just done more lessons and the other one has not. Nobody is greater or better than the other. Hope you're following me. Wow, that was a rant. That was a rant. I'll do that in a second, Spirit. So you could be a Sagittarius. You could have your North Node in Sagittarius. I want to see who I'm talking to. Let's get some archetypes. Who is this collective we are reading for right now? This beautiful collective who is constantly creating better circumstances for themselves, for their life. Every day is better than the day before, right? Every day we are learning more about ourselves and coming into more of an acceptance. Okay, what is this? What is their archetype to best describe them right now? Whoa, that's way too many. What archetype best describes the collective? Ooh, caregiver. Generous, selfless, protective, optimistic, quick to forgive. Quick to forgive. You are very quick to forgive. Humble, stable, reliable, structured, proactive, caring, and compassion. So this is you right now. Of course, this could be very significant. Maybe you're getting a hood for your Halloween costume. Maybe you should. Samain. 12. I'm getting 1221. Okay. I love that. Oh, scapegoat came out. I'm not going to take it. But internal issues of worth raised by a narcissistic parent, feeling, excuse me, feels inferior due to abuse and upbringing, receives blame by choice or under duress. Do not take, when people are pointing the finger at you and trying to blame you for something. So this is something you're forgiving yourself about. Okay, I got it. Yeah, you're caring for yourself. You're with this quick to forgive. You might have been really quick to forgive other people, but you're definitely looking a little more into it and finding the root cause, the issues, the internal issues. Yeah, people could, and you could have been like, put the blame on me, like whatever. I'm used to it, but you're healing this. Most of us were raised by narcissistic parents, for sure. Not everybody, but if you look around, the society is mostly narcissists. And I don't want to manifest that. And it's just something I've come to realize. And the thing is we're doing it unintentionally. A lot of these people don't even understand what they're actually doing because that's the way that they were raised. So it's like you're easy to forgive because once you understand the higher perspective of things, the blame is pointless. The shame, the guilt, all of that. It's pointless. Now, it does serve a purpose for those who intentionally know they're doing something wrong and choose to do it anyway. That feeling is definitely reserved for those individuals. What are they walking into? What are they stepping into? What archetype are they stepping into, Spirit? What archetype is the collective stepping? That's a lot. I don't think I'm going to end up taking them all, but we'll see. So we have number 2, achiever, making and checking off lists, founder of clubs, groups, high goals, beating records, making tough decisions. We have the moon here. This is giving me 6 of Swords energy, like sailing on to calmer waters. You're an achiever. You're forgiving yourself. You're realizing you're making very tough decisions. It's like maybe you didn't want to. It's like we're put in a society where if we admit that we didn't have the best upbringing or that we were treated as the scapegoat or the black sheep, they think that something, It takes a lot of courage and vulnerability to be able to share these experiences that you have been through. But by doing so, that is how you are blessed. I'm going to give a perfect example. Yesterday, I had $13 in my Venmo account. Okay, we're going to be raw and honest. I don't really care. I don't really care. And I go to the coffee shop. Well, I make my own coffee, but I go there for my son. He wanted a frozen hot chocolate and a taco. Now, they only have like 6 of these tacos, and they have they have 3 tacos, and they only have like 6 of each one each day. So if you don't get there before 9:30, they're going to be sold out. And so we go there, and I only have $13, and I know the girls behind there, and I just straight up was like, "Hey, I have 13. Can I get a taco and a frozen hot chocolate?" I think it was like right there. I think I might have been 10 cents under or over. I don't know, but I was just being vulnerable. It didn't really even occur to me. Like, I didn't really care about how she was going to take it. I was just being open and honest because I wanted to get my son a taco and a frozen hot chocolate, but I only had $13. Tell me why I showed her this and I was honest with her. And I've never done this before, by the way. I looked down and she marked everything off as a happy birthday gift. Like, the discount code, she put happy birthday. And like, I looked and I was just like, cause I was expecting to pay, and I always tip them like $1.11, 111. I don't know. It's just always my tip. And I didn't expect it. I did not expect anything for free. My intention was just to make sure that I was able to get my son this. And by being vulnerable, by being open and honest in that moment, I got something I didn't even expect. And I was so grateful. And I wanted my son to understand how this works. She didn't have to do that. She works there. She could have been like, Angel, we can get you one, but that's all we're going to be able to do. And I would have been okay with that because I wasn't expecting a handout. I wasn't expecting a freebie, but I was expecting that these ladies that I see every week, I used to go there every day, but I'm being more mindful with my spending. And so again, this is just an example, but when we can be open and honest, and I feel like whoever I'm talking to you might have ended up having to close down because people were taking your words and using them against you. But it's really about us protecting our own energy and not caring what they think, and still being open and honest, still being vulnerable. And if we get teased, then we have to be okay with that. It's not accepting it. It's not like, oh, they're so right, like I should be feeling. No, it's more like, okay, that's how they're handling the situation. That's on them. That's their prerogative. Me, I'm going to handle it to the best of my ability and show vulnerability. And that, yes, sometimes we are going through a hard time. Sometimes we do need help. And shout out to her. Much love. Like, it was so unexpected and really appreciated that it touched my heart. So, and sometimes we are. I'm sure some of you guys can relate. And if not, that's something to be grateful for and show gratitude for every single day. Now we have Night, Black Widow. Wait. Black Widow, Persona, and Oedipal Child. I don't know how to say this. Oedipal. I have never seen that word before. Okay, let me take a look at this really quick. Don't be a nice guy imposter. There's a book, No More Mr. Nice Guy. If you're a male watching this, I would invest in that book. Because it says nice guy imposter, no more Mr. Nice Guy. This is really going to help you stand in your power and your authority. There is somebody here. One, I have questions authority by rebelling, ill will, sinister motive, Revel in combat, villainous, anonymous, nice guy imposter, and I'm not even going to try and say that word. And then persona, does what society expects them to do. Facade, personal persona can limit growth. Yes. Excessive concern with people's opinion. What were we just saying with all these pointing the finger? If that's one thing, I would do an incantation, call it in, visualize it in your mind of not giving a shit what anybody thinks. Even going back and reading and understanding people from our history, people that have the geniuses and people who have made it big or made a name for themselves. Listen to their story. Their success stories are not what people would think. A lot of people are like, oh, like go to school. Most successful people are dropouts. Most successful people have had a very rough time. Not all, but it's going up against the norm. Jesus, all of them. They were never for organized religion or any of this. Like, you can read the stories of Jesus, like going into these places and like raising hell because it's not that they want people to congregate in that way to get them to align to their vision instead of asking the people, like, what does this mean to you? What do you get from this? How do you feel when we talk about this scripture or if we talk about this? Because here's the thing, that people are getting stuck in the past timelines. Any scripture, any religious text I am led to, I am open and willing and I'm very excited because it shows me another aspect of God and spirit and myself that I had never known before. So it's almost like sorry, not sorry. There's opportunities that are open, but you're going to have to not give a shit what anybody thinks. Because when God gives you a blueprint and gives you a purpose and something that you are supposed to be working on and helping for future generations and the future yous that will be coming back, it's getting in your own bubble, basically, but still a lot of compassion. A lot of compassion. You're beating some kind of record. You're doing something that you're doing it in a way. It's almost like not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. That's really catching the attention of the higher ups in the spiritual realm. Oh, I did, didn't I? Not where I thought. This is so cool, actually. I like this. Night, persona, deception, dependent, untrustworthy, material and status through lies, envious, enjoys pleasure. So you could be noticing how other people that got to the top did it through a lot of untrust, like they backstabbed individuals. They were very deceptive. They maybe misled others. They were very draining. Yeah. It's like these people wanted all these pleasures without effort, but you understand that you can beat the record. You can make the tough decisions and delayed gratification. Others, they wanted it right here, right now. And it's like your soul has been doing something for so long, not only other lifetimes, but throughout this life. Every single trauma, every circumstance where you thought you were going to die, you wanted to unalive yourself, all of those thoughts, which are completely normal. I shouldn't say they're normal. They shouldn't be normal, but it is a real entity and it does come up in very hard, difficult times. I know when I was 20 and I got a DWI, I thought my life was over and it was very overwhelming, but moving through that energy, it's like you have learned that you can get out of it. I need to ground myself for a second, you guys. All right. And so last archetype from this deck is, again, whatever child. Sense of wonder, mature sexual identity, nurturing, overall sense of right and wrong, healthy relationship with parents and guardians. So you're developing a healthy relationship with your inner child. And if you have children, with your children, because it's like you see the way people are moving in the world and you're like, we can do better. I'm going to explain this. The children of the world are the hope, the children of the kings. Like when people are like, oh, Jesus is king, that's, that's true. That's right. But from what I was shown and what I experienced is the children are kings. It's our children. That is where it's at. That is, it's crazy to me because you see all these, and I thought I wanted to help older people because I'm really good at alchemizing and seeing a different perspective, seeing the more uplifting, or people will come and say, oh my God, and this is happening and I'm dealing with this and this. And when they explain it to me, I'm like, yeah, but here's the little treasure. Like, and then they'll be like, oh my God, I never thought of it that way. So it just tickles me pink. When I get to see people have that epiphany in their mind, like, whoa, I didn't think of it that way. And just by changing that perspective and that viewpoint, it becomes a strength, it becomes power, it becomes something manageable, something that you can actually work with. I believe that family is very important to you. Loyalty, honesty, the little things. You love the little things. 2616. Wow. Okay. I don't know if you talk to your coffee, but do so. Again, the science is there. Spirituality, all the woo-woo stuff can be explained by science, so it makes people feel a lot more comfortable, and I get that. So when we speak loving thoughts to our food, to our tea, to our coffee, you are speaking energy and giving it a program. So in the morning, I like to say, I sip the wholeness of creation, light, shadow, and the void. May it ground me, guide me, and awaken me. And I say this every single day to my coffee, my espresso that I have in the morning. And I do it very, very intentionally and heartfelt. Now, when we just get to the point where we're just trying to do it just to get it out and be really hurt, like rushed, because it happens, right? We want to take a step back when that happens because we don't want it to be empty and I was going to say void. Vague wanted to come out. I don't know why. There's a lot of channels. There's like whoever's tapping into this video right now, you have a lot of air, or you have a lot of ideas, or you have a lot of communication from the higher realms, because I feel buzzy. One second. So, popcorn tarot. What? Relationships. I'm telling you what, your relationships are about to drastically change because of all of this work you have done for yourself. These new opportunities, doors opening, no longer following the status quo, knowing that you have the power, you were gifted with some kind of vision, and allowing it to come up in whatever way it wants to, because it's the mundane, it's the magic in the everyday things, loving the little things, pouring yourself into every single thing that we do, being intentional with every single thing that we do. Relationships are just mirror images of your own life, how you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. Yes, I say this all the time. Every person, I don't care who they are, what mentality, what mindset, every single person that is brought into your life is there to teach you something. So I heard a video of somebody yesterday, and I no longer listen to her because of this. I didn't know this was her mindset, was that she's like this healer. And the thing is with healers, we facilitate, we help, but the individual is actually the one that's doing the healing. It's up to them to follow the prompts, is what I just said. But she was saying that, when am I going to receive the love? Like, why am I always giving and giving and giving? And it hit my heart, because I'm like, does she not see? Does she not see that not only is it's an equal, it should always be an equal exchange, but you got to pay attention. Every person I come in contact to is teaching me something about myself. Now, whether I like them or not is not the point. they're still showing me and telling me something about myself. So if you don't like something about somebody, it's really something you don't like about yourself. Now, whether you haven't done something that you're wanting to do that you know that you can do, or this is something that you're unaware of. And those are the best ones, because then when we really are honest and vulnerable with ourselves, like, why was this person brought into my life? They're a mirror. They're a mirror. So what is it that rubs me the wrong way about them? Now, be discerning, because situations are always going to be different, but this is the mirror effect. And this is a really important tool to not let others' opinions get to you, to be able to move in a way where you have your head held high, you have no regrets, you said what you needed to say, and whatever their response is their response. Because a lot of these individuals, they're like NPCs, or they're just playing a role to get you triggered, to get you riled up, to test your response, to test how you are going to react. You get to the point where you can just laugh, and they get like super, super upset, and you're just like, oh, this is really happening right now in this moment in front of me. I'm just gonna observe, feel what I'm feeling in my body, but not reacting to what you're feeling. It's more about responding. And here's the thing: the more individuals that bump heads with you, they're feeding you. They are, as long as you are able to transmute and deal with the energy intuitively, intellectually, both simultaneously. Like, oh wow, okay, I know this feeling. This is definitely triggering me because of blah 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 blah. Sometimes we're aware of it, sometimes we're not, and we need a little more time to actually excavate the truth. Ooh, this is so interesting. I guess we're gonna do my handmade one. I haven't done this in a while. You were made for some kind of creative energy. Leo placements could be really significant. This is a lot of fire. Very much like going after whatever it is you're wanting to create, or the self-expression that you have, and not caring what anybody thinks about it, as long as you love it, because you loving it, that's the energy other people will feel about it. Even if it's painful, even if it's something that you went through, and you're expressing it in some kind of interesting way. Yeah. Five of Cups, Page of Swords in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, there is. You lost something very important to you. Could have been a child or children, because there's two pages here. We do have child down here. Maybe that's why you're in this caregiving mode with the caregiver here with 12. I'm not going to take these because it's too many. I really just wanted one, and I was going to build off of that. I do see that you're unwilling to settle, which is very, yeah, that's how we grow. We can be grateful and appreciative for where we're at, but we can also say, I know that we're not settling. We're going to continue building and moving forward. Give me, Holy Spirit, please give me one. I just want one from here. What's the one card out of this deck that wants to go along with this reading? With this hope, forgiveness, and apologies. Oh, wait. King of Cups, love. Oh, dependable, focused on deep emotions, good listener, advocate. Anubis could be significant, a judge, and a bachelor. Okay. Really? Okay, well, give me one for this King of Cups. Give me one. Give me one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Oh, act. Interesting. So this is from Bashar's channeling. This is one of the symbols. You're being asked to act. Yep. You are the hope and light of the world. You're opening opportunities not only for yourself, but for others with your continued effort of forgiving yourself and others and caring for yourself. Being a rebel, being that Jesus energy of you're wrong. Letting them know, like, nope, that's not right. And if that's the truth that they're still stuck on, there's some kind of context that they don't have to help them elevate to the new upgraded truth. Act. All right, me. What is this act? No reversals, please. What is this act with the King of Cups? There might be somebody that, this relationship, that's why you're healing this. That's why you're becoming aware of this, because there's some kind of important relationship, whether it's platonic or not, is coming into play. Queen of Coins, King of Cups and the Queen of Coins. Your loving, nurturing, abundant self. Deep roots. I'm really getting with this act in between the King of Cups and the Queen of Coins that somebody's about to make a move. I don't know if this is you or them. Something's happening. Yeah. Let me get one more from this deck on the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Come on, guys. All of these court cards is really throwing me off. That was the Princess of Cups, I believe. Give me one. 7 of Coins. This has been a very long time investment. You have been built. I feel like this is like the threshold because it's the North Node. You have invested so much in yourself for so long. It's really beginning to show. There might be a little bit of a delay with this 38, 37, 38, 39. A lot of crown chakra. This is a lot of magenta, a lot of purple, and then we have green. So something about the crown chakra and the heart chakra. No more indecisiveness about something. Man, I just see so much work, so many circumstances that made you feel very, very low, but it brought you down that low so it could bring you up really, really high. If the first part of your life feels like there was just so many tests and trials, it's being flipped around. There is a circuit breaker that is being flipped, and then the energy is being reverted back to their original owners. Like, I can even see, like, right here, almost looks like she's blowing a candle out or something, that it's like all coming back to you. It's all coming back to me now. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There are things I'd never do again, but then they always seem to right. And that's the thing. There is things that you said you would never do, but you're coming to understand that they needed to happen. It's literally looking at the most terrible things that have happened to you in your life and realizing that they were blessings. They were needed. You've done a lot of work. It's like you're changing your perspective on this so that you can view the world in a more loving, uplifting way. So before we close this out, because I do have homeschooling I need to start. Ooh, the only one that flipped over was reveal. That fell on the floor. I want to tell you the truth. Apology. I'm telling you, for some of you, you have somebody that's coming in to apologize. Or it's being revealed to you that in their own kind of way, they did something that showed you a sign that they were asking for forgiveness, or that they they realized their wrongs. Narcissist came out. Yes, there is a narcissist. We did talk about being raised by narcissistic parents, and what happens, we pick up on it. Sometimes we know, like, oh my God, yeah, they were a narcissist, but then it's time to look at ourselves and be like, where am I exuding those narcissistic tendencies? 44 on the timer. Yeah, you have something big coming in, whether this is a union within yourself with the Queen of Coins and the King of Cups, act, or somebody is about to act, or you're taking a step of action. And this is Pentacles. So it's here in the 3D or spiritual. And this has been a long time buildup. Exhausted in the reverse. No longer being exhausted. 4111. You're not empty. You're not burdened. You're not burned out. Oh, I like it. I like it. One more. Intimacy. There was no mutual respect, and that is something that you are asking for. RESPCT, find out what it means to me. RESPCT. Established wealth at the bottom. You could actually be more in an energy of like, if somebody were to act, if somebody were to come into the picture because you've done all this healing, I don't see you rushing it at all. I see you like not even creating a scenario in your head. It's being fully in the present, in the now moment with individuals, and not creating some kind of scenario or narrative in your head, because that is what ruins it. It ruins you, because you created an expectation for somebody, and then if it's not fulfilled, you're let down because you're creating a narrative in your mind about somebody else, instead of just, I'm going to accept who they are right now in this moment and enjoy what we're exchanging right now. It's easier said than done. Oh, I love that, baby. I'm almost done, okay? Okay, so let me get one more from here, and then I'm going to pull from this Together quilt, I think. So yeah, this is just a confirmation that you're putting in the work. You've got your North Node coming into play here with Sagittarius, higher learning, sharing, creating something with your higher learning and what you have learned. And that is your North Node, which is going to allow a bunch of doors to open up for you. Being a scapegoat, going through all of these difficult situations with the narcissistic parents, that was your mission. I feel like you're going into your Dharma. I feel like you're going into your Dharma. Sorry. One more for this. Yeah, I was. So, soul contract in the reverse, unappreciated. Lessons are being learned. It says, the lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. Somebody didn't appreciate the lessons, but you do. So by sending these narcissistic parents, individuals, whoever it is in your life, saying, taking accountability for your part that you played. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, Ho'oponopono prayer, going in your mind, close your eyes, envision a stage, and every single person that has ever hurt you or that you have ever hurt, and then you go through and you say the Ho'oponopono prayer over and over. Do this for 30 days and your whole life will change. These simple practices, if they're done consistently with intention, they change lives, period. I would make bets on it, even though I don't need to bet. I don't need to prove anything to anybody, and neither do you. But with soul contract in the reverse, there was a contract that you were in with your whoever this is for you, and it is now closing out. Because you have learned this lesson, because you're stepping into your power, it's no longer needed, which is actually going to open up for those higher vibrational relationships and partnerships and opportunities. Okay. How are we ending this? The Together quilt. Together forever. All right. Since we are talking about relationships, friendships, closing out, welcoming in new contracts, more elevated contrasts. And that's funny because like in between these times, there's just a lot of cocoon stages, hermit, and then we come out, we meet people, and then we analyze and go through all the triggers and what we like and what we don't like, and then we let it go. We don't have any expectations for those friendships or relationships, and then we elevate, we level up, and then we're able to bring in those new partnerships and friendships. And you can do this over and over and over again until you've bettered yourself to the point of the people that are around you, that you're having conversations with, are uplifting you. They're providing information that is beneficial to you, and vice versa. You're doing the same. Like I was talking about those conversations I was having with those mothers at the river, which was day and night compared to the people that I was talking to a couple weeks ago there. I noticed a huge shift, a huge change. Peaceful sanctuary. Designate a tranquil space at home where you can unwind, recharge, and find inner peace. So you're being, and I feel like you're very good at this, finding a spot, because this is where your creative energy is going to come from. This childlike wonder with the 5th house and Sagittarius, North Node. Yeah, you're about to develop and create something that is very beneficial, but don't get too much in your head and allow it just to flow. Remember to disconnect from other things so that that energy can have space to come in. You know, that's what they mean by making space, not only in your living quarters, but within yourself. If we're making space, then we don't have our minds constantly thinking about circumstances, or I need to do this and I need to do that. That's why meditation is so important, because it's literally doing the dishes and having everything organized within yourself. Just like with your phone, it needs to update, right? It's on, but you're not using it. It's the same concept. It really, really is. And if you don't meditate and update your system, what did Jesus say? Thine eye be single and the body will fill with light. It's amazing how people take those things so literal, but once you learn astrology and some other context, you read the Bible and you're like, holy crap, he's been talking about astrology, cosmic energies, how they affect us, what we can do to stay in our rebel, unified consciousness. Maybe not stay there, but at least be able to enter it and understand, to meditate, to go within. Enter inventory. This is amazing. There's big things on the horizon for you. You're doing the work. You're not allowing anybody's opinion to affect you, or that's the phase that you're entering into. And I bet it feels damn good. I bet it feels damn good. So with that, I love you. The universe loves you, and everything's working out for your best and your highest good. Until next time, guys.